For 2025, I was really hoping that Ford was going to introduce a new package for the dually. And in this video, I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Do you think that Ford should create this truck that was supposed to be here for 2025, but it doesn't look like it's going to be? This is going to be a 2024 Ford F350 XLT. I borrowed it from Ken Gar Ford here in West Valley, Utah. It is available for sale. Be sure to ask for Ken in the commercial department. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys can see the options and standard equipment. At the very top is the description and the colors. And here's a partial listing of the standard equipment. And then here are all the options. So this does have the high output. 355, which comes standard. You can get a 410. FX4 platform running boards are here too. Rapid heat engine block heater. Back glass with defrost. Fifth wheel prep package. And upfitter switches for $165. The destination comes in at $1995. You guys can see that base price right there. And then total price is $75,305. I just did a review on a half ton that cost $3,000 more than this truck did, and it has an 8,800 pound towing capacity. This truck probably has one over 30,000 pounds. Now, when you get an XLT, they do give you this chrome front end for the grille and the bumper, halogen headlights, and you have fog lights down below. Recovery hooks are part of this package too, and they do stamp Super Duty in the hood right here. Now off to the side, there is a steel wheel, but they do give you a Michelin tire. Now I did check the tire price on these, and they're actually not cheap. They're about $340, I believe I saw online. And here's the tire size, LT 245 7517. They have great capacity, 3,195 pounds for single, and then dual is going to be 2,910 pounds, 80 psi. Solid front axle. And you guys see right there, has that fabric material for the liner. Believe it or not, I've done so many videos on these Ford trucks. This is the first time I've done one on a dually XLT. And you have that work truck white. I actually like it in white too. You know, hey, it is what it is. I think it looks great. And platform running boards finished in black, which I like too. And a little bit of chrome on this trimming. Then you have that 6.7 Power Stroke turbo diesel badge just below. Plastic for the door handles, unpainted, and you still have heated outside mirrors too, convex. And this one does have the keypad, which is going away for 2025, by the way. 48-gallon fuel tank, 7.4 gallon DEF. That's all standard on this truck too. You also have your steps that they built into the side of the bed. I would say great for pulling things out, but if you need to get out of the bed, I wouldn't use these. Here's a quick look at the suspension out back. So you have 4 leaves in the main, and then you have that overload right there, and that bottom one's going to be a helper spring too because it's not fully engaged right now too. You can see the fifth wheel prep package, and they do provide a liner. It's like partially covering, and it's the same for the limited and platinum trim levels too. Here's a quick look at those rear wheels. And you can see where you air up at. They do have a special valve in the rear, so you don't have to cap it basically. And here's that FX4 badge. So you're gonna have some skid plates for that big old 48-gallon fuel tank, downhill assist, all that good stuff. And then out back, incandescent bulbs for those tail lights. You have the steps in the rear. Class 5 hitch. That's going to have the 2.5-inch opening. And then you have a 7 and 4 pin for your trailer. And as you guys saw in the window sticker, limited slip, 355 rear, 15 bolt. Michelin tire down here. And then you can kind of see the bump stops too right there with some shock absorbers and sway bar. And let's see if this is assisted. It is not assisted, but you still have fifth wheel prep package. You have your 7 and 4 pin for your trailer. You don't normally see 4 pins in the bed. No bed view camera, and you cannot slide that rear glass in the rear. Now, let's go ahead and quickly talk about this power stroke. When you're looking at a trimmer, they only allow you to get the high output or the 7.3, and I think they should do the same thing for the dualies, because if you're gonna get a dually, why not just have all the power, right? Now, this engine is gonna be putting out 500 horsepower and 1,200 pound-feet of torque. And one thing I like about this one over the standard output is you do have these cooling lines right here. All these either go to the combustion or the turbocharger. So you're gonna get cooling going up those really steep grades, 35 PSI of boost, and a lower compression for the high output from 15.8 down to 15.2. And there are some noticeable differences under the hood between the two engines as well. Now, one thing I'll say is the 10-speed transmission is what really shines in this truck. If you go back and drive a 2017 to 2019 truck, my goodness, this 10-speed is leaps and bounds better. The steps are closer and the gears are deeper, and it puts the power down a lot better. So you don't really need the lower gearing out back. So the 355 is great. Now, I would get the 410 if I was planning on running like a taller tire. So if I wanted to run 37s, I would definitely get the 410. Nothing special about this truck on the interior. I will say though, having a power seat with lumbar, now your seat back is manual, but that's okay. You can still slide it forward and back. You have a tilt and telescoping steering wheel. Automatic headlights are still there. Electronic parking brake, which is not my favorite thing, but you still have all the controls on the steering wheel. So you have cruise control. And stepping inside, you will see here, you have to put the mirrors in tow mode manually, but you can still control the top mirror, and power folding is not a part of this package. Here is the gauge cluster. Some people prefer this analog, and you still need a key to start this bad boy up too. Most of the competitors are giving you push button start, although some guys that buy these trucks, they prefer the key. I mean, I don't get it. You have that backup camera right there, single climate control. You still have your USBs, 12 volt power plug, 12 volt power plug, 120 volt power plug up front. And if you need an extra person to ride with you, 6 passenger with some storage just below there. If you don't have an extra person, the seat will act as an armrest and storage. This is always nice to have for a big truck. You still have traction control, and like I said, downhill assist comes a part of that FX4 package. And they give you a cover on this side. If you got an XL, this would be open storage. And let's go ahead and check out the drive mode. So this truck does still have the drive mode. So you have Eco, Tow Haul, Normal, Slippery Roads, and Off-Road. Also, if you go back, I'll show you guys some information that they give you. So they give you all your temperatures, which are good for towing. Also, they give you your battery voltage and turbo boost with engine braking, and diesel particulate filter, which is your emissions crap that no one likes, and then DEF level. So this truck needs a little bit of love there. Turbo boost is right up there. I love that. And let's go ahead and check out the rear. You guys saw that was an option. They still provide a place for your sunshades, and you still have a vanity on both sides. Ram decides not to give you this 60/40 bench. I don't understand why this is cost cutting for them, but this is a big deal for me. I like having a 60/40 bench. If you have a large dog and you have a small kid, even though I don't have a dog, but if I did, it'd be nice to be able to put the seat up for them so they can have some extra space here. This one does not have the collapsible storage, but down below here, 2 Type-C USBs, 120 volt power plug, and cup holders. Let's go ahead and go online, and I'll show you guys this XLT sport truck that I was hoping to see for 2025. Back in July of this year on FordTrucks.com, this poster was actually right about most of the things that they were talking about for the new 2025 Super Duties before the order guides were released. Now, with that being said, you guys can see down here, this is the XLT Sport package that I was hoping to see for the dual rear wheel truck. Now, the Sport package did go away for the XLT and the Lariat, but under this new XLT Sport package for the dually, this is what it was going to include here. So in other words, it was going to look like this. Now that information could be for this truck, which is a platinum, and it has the trimming here all blacked out. So if you do want a blackout dually, it is available, and of course most guys can probably do the rest of it, like the wheels. I thought that this trimming here would also be blacked out for the dually on the platinum as well. So if you don't know, blackout now comes standard. Here's an XLT truck. Now I just checked, they always have the packages listed here, and unfortunately there is no XLT package that has a sport appearance package for the dually. I also checked for the Lariat, so for these two trims you still get chrome bumpers. So if you want to get painted bumpers, you still have to move up to that platinum to get that for the dually. Here are the numbers on the door. Gross axle rating out front is going to be 5,600 pounds. The rear is 9,900 pounds with a 14,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating. 17 by 6.5 wide wheels. And 5,613 pounds of payload. Tire pressure is 75 up front, 65 in the rear. This is truly a nice truck. If you need a tow pig, this is what you get. A base model pickup, no frills, don't gotta worry about things breaking. It just gets the job done. And I like work truck white. It looks great. I think that for most people who are looking to do hot shot, this is the perfect truck. And having the higher gearing, you should be able to pick up a little bit more fuel economy because that 410 is gonna run a little bit higher RPM. So you still have those benefits. But I hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to check out Ken Garff Ford here in West Valley. Ask for Ken. See you guys in the next one.